Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. I was just sitting here having a little chuckle to myself. I read a couple of your messages this morning, so thank you. You're just so beautiful to me. But I can't get going this morning. Everything seems to be just such an effort. I just want to lay back and just do absolutely nothing. But I have stuff to do today at work that I have to be there for. I'm like, nah, can't do that. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I don't even know what to say anymore. I feel like I've said it so many times it sounds a bit silly. I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams for this reading. And we'll see what comes up today. I know some of you are writing to me about the readings resonating, and I understand where you're coming from, because we're all on the same journey, dealing with the same silly people that don't wake up to themselves. But what can you do? So let's see what's happening today. Oh, I did that differently this morning. How interesting. Okay, so we have the Ten of Coins coming out, and this is a really, really nice card because this talks about abundance. I feel like I've had this conversation. Everything seems deja vu for me lately. This is about having abundance. Now, it can be in the form of money, because sometimes it's about having, you may have got an inheritance, a little bit of an injection into your finances, but definitely something to do with money. But it's also to do with, just feeling really comfortable with where you're at in life, feeling abundant in all areas, feeling abundant in love and everything. Now you have the Palace of Swords behind that, so you really are living in this place of truth at the moment. Oh, and you have the Emperor behind that, and then the Eight of Cups. So some of you are walking away from someone here to find your own abundance. That's really complex without doing a really big reading. But I think what the universe is saying here is that you've realized that you have your own joy already. You don't need someone else to make you complete. And for some of you, that's about finding that out through this process. So the person that you've been waiting for may not come forth, or may not have woken up to the ideas. So for some of you, this is about sort of relishing, or they're talking about basking in your own glory. I think that's gorgeous. Alrighty. Oh, and then we have the Palace of Coins coming now straight. This is really odd because there are only 4 of these cards in the deck, and I've just pulled the first one out and then I pulled the second one out. So this is about having, look, an abundance, living in your abundance, living in this place where you feel really comfortable and at peace with your world. Beautiful. Okay, and then we have the King of Coins. So some of you are dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Now, there are a few things I just want to get straight on this, because I know people do question it. These readings are general, so sometimes it's hard to identify people. You have to go by what's just been said, but it will resonate with you. You can feel it in your gut. You know when the reading is meant for you. Sometimes people don't come out as their star signs show, because this person, for example, may have a lot of earth in their chart, but they may be a Gemini. So when you have a look at your own natal chart, if you haven't done that yet, you can do it on Cafe Astrology with their free one. Have a look at your chart, because for me, for example, I'm a Capricorn, I have a Libra rising, I have a Scorpio ascendant, and my moon's in Libra, my Scorpio's in my rising. Yeah, that's better. And my Venus is in Aquarius. But my chart is full of Sagittarius, so I come up as a fire sign all the time. So just be really open-minded. If it resonates and you know this person is the person you're talking about, then that's who it is. Okay, blurb over, off soapbox. King of Coins can be an earth sign, but more likely this man is a very down-to-earth man. He's not airy-fairy. He's really got his feet planted on the ground. He means what he says. He's very structured, very organised, but really loves his earthly pursuits. Just going to move everything from a cup of tea here. Okay, then we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is about taking time out to really go inside yourself, have a good look at your brain. This is about thinking, but it's about taking time out to rest. So maybe you've been through a period of time where you've had to think a lot about something, and now you can let that go. And then we have the Eight of Coins here. Now this is about working on something. And for some of you here, I can clearly see this is about working on yourself, working on your own values. Queen of Coins coming out here. Very, very interesting, because I feel like we did the same thing yesterday. So the Queen of Coins, or the Queen of Pentacles, she's a woman who, again, like the Earth King, she is very, very nurturing. She's very much about her planet and her surroundings. She's very down to earth, and again can represent one of the earth signs. But I do note you have the King and Queen in the same reading again, along with the Palace of Coins, which says to me, for some of you here, this is about meeting the person you're supposed to be with and being in that same element with them. Okay, we do have the Three of Swords. So this, of course, is about heartbreak. Unlike the traditional tarot, the swords are not in her heart here, but she is holding her heart. So maybe we're looking at you getting past heartbreak here to move into the next phase of your life. Okay, Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands talks about defending yourself, standing your ground, standing up for yourself. This is about self-respect. Understanding how to, fend off people who don't respect you the way that you respect yourself. And then we have the Page of Wands. So this is some sort of notification, message, something coming in that has passion around it. And we have the closing out of a cycle. Yay! So this is about finishing out a time when you've been going through something. This is about your personal growth meter. Your growth meter. That was funny. I've never really thought about it that way. Thank you. A growth meter. You've sort of finished out a cycle here. I'm sure Spirit does it sometimes just for a giggle. This is, finishing out a cycle. So coming to the end of a cycle. Oh, and then we have the Sun at the end. What a really nice reading here. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Okay, so some of you are feeling very abundant at the moment, or you're about to. Might just be happening here. There is a feeling here that some of you have done a lot of soul searching, a lot of going deep within. This is about internal conflict is what they're saying to me with this Three of Swords. But it feels to me like you're trying to understand who you truly are here with this Seven of Wands, because it's like you're asserting yourself. You're saying to people, that's not who I am, this is who I am. Or, perhaps you haven't been, well respected in the past, or thought of as being valuable in the past. Now, this is somewhat the end of a cycle here. There's some sort of communication here from someone that's going to make you feel really, really good. Now, for some of you, this can be, and I know yesterday I kept thinking, with this past thing and people coming back from the past, it's not always a lover. A few people wrote to me and said this was family members that had done this, come back after a long time to talk to them, and friends. So when we say past and people coming back from the past, sometimes it can be a friend you haven't seen for a long time. But definitely there is some sort of communication, and I feel like I had something like this yesterday. There's some sort of communication from someone from the past. Now, it could be for some of you, this person that you are, or in your gut that you are meant to be with. It could also be someone you're extremely close to. It could be someone that's quite like-minded to you, but not always a lover or an ex-lover. Sometimes it can be a friend. But this person's coming back to speak to you about something, because this closes out a cycle for you, and you don't have to fight for your self-respect or to stand up for yourself anymore. You're now in this whole energy here of this Palace of Coins, so you're really in a very stable, it's going to stabilize you. Now, for some of you, this could be in relation to work too. So for some of you, this is about someone contacting you about a job. Now, you may have been in jobs that haven't been satisfying. Maybe you did not felt respected in your work, that type of thing. But again, this is all going to change. There's going to be some sort of communication here that's going to confirm you are on your right path and you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. But it's also unraveling that ego or that part of you that's still holding you back here, that you still feel you have to defend yourself for. So somehow or another, this communication, it opens your world back up. Because I see you finishing out a cycle, and I see this sunshine coming in here, which means it's like you've been walking your path in darkness, or you've been walking your path unaware, is what they're saying. It's like you've been walking all this time without realizing who you truly are. And there's this like awakening here from something that's coming in here. Now, for some of you, this Page of Wands represents passion. So it could be somebody opening up to you about how they feel. It could certainly be somebody calling you back to a job or into a job that you've been trying to get into for a while because you felt that you deserved this start, but you've never actually got across the line. Okay, so for whoever it is here, this is about being able to leave your past behind, everything from your past, and being able to open up as the person you were truly meant to be. Because now you are respecting yourself, the whole world is respecting you. And the sun is coming in to bring you joy and happiness. And the Palace of Coins talks about being in a place of absolute stability. And here we have the Palace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, which also talks about living in your truth and having your abundance. So it's a really, really beautiful reading here. And for some of you, this is bringing in your twin flame too. Or it's the start. It's the start of you raising that vibration, because you're pulling out of this energy here of what you've come through, and you're moving into this brand new energy of the sun here, and you no longer feel like you need to defend who you are. This is really, really beautiful, folks. I've seen this a lot over the last few readings I've done. For a lot of us now, it's like being a butterfly. It's like being, coming out of your cocoon and becoming a butterfly. So it's funny because this card has come out a bit lately, and I'm sure there's a little bit more to it, but it's creativity and abundance. And it says, dear one, you're being called to action. You're ready to accomplish great things and truly come into the fullness of who you are. It's time for great creativity, giving birth to beloved projects, or becoming a parent. Follow your passions so that your abundance and prosperity manifest for you. Well, isn't that perfect? So this is now your time. You've come out of your cocoon. You're ready to take on the world, and you're vibrating at a much higher level now because of your lessons. Because you've done your lessons, you've done your healing. You're about to move into this it feels like the sunshine on your back. You know how I always say the most beautiful feeling is when you walk on the beach and you feel that sun beating down on your back. It's that feeling, coming out of a deep slumber. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.